Welcome back, everyone. It's great to be here for episode 11. I'm Jodie Fielden, and I'm joined by my work wife, bestie and business partner, Audrey Varga. During these podcasts, we share with you how you can leverage your passion into profit. Whether you're looking to launch into the next phase, take time away from the floor, or you're looking to sell your business and cash out your investment, you're in the right place because we've just about done it all, and we're here to share with you that you can, because it's time to believe your business can be everything you ever wanted.
That's absolutely right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. In our last episode, we talked about our mindset and also about pricing, which we were mentioning the emotion-based and logic-based pricing. And today we decided to continue with a very important aspect of business. We will continue about talking about clients.
That's right. And there's two types of markets and two types of clients. Well, there's 4 types of clients, but 2 areas that those clients fit into, and they don't mix. So let's start with the bigger market, which is price driven. And I think Adriana can, maybe before we jump into it, maybe you can explain, Adriana, the market triangle and what those 2 different markets and the different layers to it. And then we can go into some, a bit more about who's in which area.
Yes, absolutely. So we have 2 different markets, and one market is a bigger market. So one market is the market which is a price-driven market, and then we have a smaller market which is a value-based or value-driven market. And these 2 markets don't mix. The interesting thing about these markets also that different mindsets attract different market. And when it comes to the price-driven clients, they attracted to a certain mindseted business owners. We call them, business owners who has poverty mindset, and it's all about limiting beliefs regarding money. So we're going to get into details very, very soon to explain what we mean by this. And then the value-driven clients, they are attracted to business owners who have prosperity mindset. So I think what we will do today, we will get into the layers for these 2 markets, and we are going to talk about each layers. And we're going to give you some examples also, because when we prepared for this show, we actually talk through a couple of stories, what we were remembering when we were having our salons and clients and our different mindsets, because as business owners, we are moving through and transitioning from one mindset to the other mindset, and our clients do also. Sometimes we stuck in one mindset, and then we are thinking that's all what we can have. But today we are going to show you what is it all about when it comes to clients and our mindset.
Yeah, I think it's important to sometimes when we say poverty mindset, it's not what you think it's not what it sounds like. It's just, I think, where there's a lot of negativity and a lot of doubt, and just we'll sort of explain what we mean by when we call it poverty mindset, because it's not living in poverty kind of thing.
No,
do you want to just explain?
Not at all. It is a belief system. It's a belief system, how much you can charge, how much people are willing to pay. You limit your business because we have limiting beliefs ourselves. We have our threshold, what we can imagine or believe, how much we can charge for our services. And this is when it comes, poverty and prosperity. It's just a different mindset. I remember, when I moved to Australia, my threshold was, I could probably earn $20 an hour, and I would be like, oh my God, $20 an hour is such a great amount of money, and then I started to, move from, one position to the other position, and I started my business. And then this is how my mindset has changed also, because I started to understand what my value and how much I can charge for it. But basically it's just a belief system what we have. And when we have a look the market triangle, which is like two different mindset driven businesses, this is when we are saying the difference between what you believe you are worth and the value.
Yeah, exactly. And I think we'll start with on the base of the triangle that we have what we call the bargain hunters and the cheap chasers. I think we nicknamed them the other day. And so we'll start talking about who's in that market. Like, it's the biggest part of the market, and what that sort of represents in day to day. We can relate it to these kind of clients. Would you like to start with the bargain hunters?
Yeah, so the bargain hunters are actually the biggest market what we can reach. And normally when we thinking about just getting more clients to the business so we can make more money, and this is a very, very interesting belief of us business owners, like we think in order to make more money, we just need more clients. And here what we do, we actually creating specials and discounted services, not understanding who we are going to attract to our business, and that we cannot really grow our business with all those bargain hunters who are coming to our business because of the cheap services. So this is the biggest market, and we really need to be very aware of that when we are lowering our pricing or creating crazy deals. These are the people we are going to attract to our business. And these people are not here to help us to build the business, or even, just working towards loyalty, or, thinking about returning to the business. What they want to grab the offer, and off they go. They never will come back again.
Yeah, they're a really good example is the whole Groupon phenomenon that we were talking about before. What we will point out is that there is money to be made in this market. It's just that it's very difficult, and it's bang, bang, in, out. Like Adriana said, no loyalty being built to the brand. They're there for the bargain. And I remember, and it was just after the GFC. So it was probably at around 2009. When did you come to the salon? What year was it? Harper was
2010.
10, so 2011.
Yeah.
Okay, so so 2010. So it would have been in late 2009, I think, when the whole Groupon phenomenon and all those kind of cheap things really launched. And the hairdressing industry, and I'm not sure about the wellness industry back then because I wasn't a part of it, but I would imagine it would have been the same for them, is that the hair and beauty, all of a sudden, people were just grabbing these Groupons for like balayage and foils and all the rest of it. And we had these reps come around and tell us about how good it is and how many people we can get to their business. And then it's just about us keeping them there and looking after them and everything. And the hair industry, and I know they still do this over in America, actually. I saw in a Facebook group that they have the Groupon things. And we all freaked out going, oh my God, this is going to pull us all down. It's going to devalue the industry, and it did for a while, actually. Like a lot of people really struggled. And I was one of those people that just freaked out about this Groupon, and I did it. And so we'd been, and I justified it in my mind. So this is how I came to the decision that we'd do it, is that I would have my apprentices and new employees be looking after these clients so that one, my apprentices can get some training, and two, new clients will be attracted because they'll meet the team and we'll be, we'll get clients out of it. Probably, like, I was flooded with them, and like it was bang on top, one on top of the other. And Adriana will remember this particular. I'll let you take over the story with that lady, because I don't really remember. There were so many that But the overall effect that it had was the trauma and the experience I took away from this was that everyone, 90% of the people that came in were there to get it done cheap. They had high expectations because they wanted a balayage, but they would come in and they would have, like 4 or 5 layers of, black in their hair. And then they're wanting to have this amazing balayage for, I think it was what, $119 or $99
No, I think
or
it was
something like that.
$99. Yeah.
Yeah, $99.
Yeah.
And it was $119 with a toner,
Yes.
but that included cut blue. Like it was on the high end for a Groupon, but it still attracted a lot of crazies. Because I know there were salons there doing it for $19 for like a half head of foils. Like it was ridiculous. Anyway, and the people that it brought into my salon, I think it was a Groupon person that was one of the few times that I actually asked someone to leave and said, like, I'm not going to have you here. I'm not going to let you speak to my team like this. You need to leave.
Yeah, I remember.
But yeah. It was Adriana was reminding me just before is the lady that we did the balayage on, and she complained the whole time, didn't she? Everything just.
Yeah, so I was managing the salon that time, and you weren't in the salon, and she was trouble from the beginning. Yeah, she was trouble from the beginning. So like this is when you sort of have this sixth sense, and I should have sent her away straight away, but I said, no, this is not my business, like I will serve this client. No matter what, like I will make her happy.
Trust
so
you got.
That was me illusionate. I couldn't make her happy. Yeah. She came, I think, with the intention to squeeze as much juice as much she could squeeze out from the lemon. So because our offer wasn't put together really strategically, so she was very smart about it. I think she was really that kind of bargain hunter who was hopping from one business to the other, very smart about it, like pointing all these little loopholes out. She knew what she was doing. And then one of the really good hairdresser, one of your really good hairdresser looked after her. She did the balayage. We explained to her that the balayage, because she only purchased the $99 offer. We explained to her, we did proper consultation. We told her she will need a toner because balayage doesn't really look good without toner. She was quite reluctant, but then she said, look, I will have a look without toner. And if I think we need toner, then, I will agree to pay the extra $20. And that was it. So we did the service to her. And she was really good right until when we rinsed the color. And then we told to her, you need a toner. It's really that kind of color. She had, as you mentioned, she has multiple layers, foam color. So, it didn't go to, like we ended up with an orange color, which is okay, because we told to her that probably it's going to be on a warmer side. But then she pushed us and she was telling us, I want to see. So I want to go back to the basic, to the chair. I want you to try it. And we went for it. Actually, we should have handle this situation a little bit differently, but she was so strong, and we were sort of like, all right, so if we show her, she will tell us, she will understand, we need toner. So we took her to the chair, we dried the hair, and this is when all the trouble started, because she said to us, oh my God, look at my hair, it looks terrible, a balayage shouldn't look like this, and all those things. Anyway, I ended up to call Jody, and I told to her, look, we have a problem here. I'm more than happy to, pay for the toner. I put the toner on and I pay for it, but she needs toner. And she just did not want it to have the toner. She wanted to have her money back. And then I called you, and yeah, this is when you started to talk to her, and you realize, like you can't reason with her. And I think this was when you asked her to leave the salon. Like, if she doesn't want to have the toner, we can't do anything else. We took the photo because she said to you, like, we ruined her hair. We took the photo. You said, no, this is how balayage looks like without a toner. And you ended up to sending her away. But that's the truth, like, once we run crazy promotions, most of the time we're going to attract those kind of
We're going to
people
get the
who
crazies.
are very, very experienced. Yeah, very, very
Mhm.
experienced. And then I remember before she left, she told to us that she's going to go to Channel 9. She's going to tell her experience to the
Excellent.
world, what we did to
Go
her
for
hair.
it.
Yeah. We had the photographic evidence. So anyway, but yeah, so that was something when we were putting together this podcast. We were talking about, do you remember that lady? Do you remember the Groupons? And this is exactly what happens. And also, like, even when clients are coming with those offers, and they are, even when they are nice clients, the thing is that you have to work really fast, really hard for your money. And that's the problem.
Yeah. And it is like, there is like a small number that will stay, but most of them, like you said, they just go
Yes.
because that's what they're there for. And that's, I guess that leads us into the next one, which is the cheap chasers.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
those ones are, I think, even a little bit trickier. Those ones are I think these are the ones that actually break your heart, because the bottom ones, like in the bargain hunters, you kind of accept that, and you feel it, they're not there for you. They might say all the right things, but they're, transient. They just, come and go. The next layer, which is what we've lovingly called the cheap chasers, these are ones that have actually been your clients for a while, and they make you, they draw you in, and they're genuine about it. Like, they build this friendship, which is genuine. But then all of a sudden, as soon as something doesn't work for them, they flip it around on you, and 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 usually it'll be money, the what you're charging for it.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a very confusing market, and I tell you why. It is confusing because they are seemingly loyal to you. They seemingly
Yeah.
loyal to your business because they keep coming back. But
Yeah.
then once you start to change things, they really, really resist change. And even if you change your price by $3, they make you feel bad about it. They question, they make you that all those questions, like when they question that $3, they look at you and you don't even know, your heart just sinking, and you don't know how to justify or how to clarify $3, which is not even a cup of coffee for those clients. And then some of them, they are leaving because you change your pricing by $3, and that breaks your heart, because many times we are discounting for those clients. Or when it comes to, say, just a quick eyebrow wax, like, oh, it's only took for me 5 minutes, don't worry about it, I don't charge for it, because you think this is how you build a relationship. But you don't understand that that relationship is only one-sided. You give, 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 give. They take, 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 take. And once you don't provide that constantly, they're going to either complain about it, or they're going to leave your business. So they are really loyal to your pricing, not to your business and not to your service.
No. And you build up that relationship with them, thinking that they've been with me for years, like they're my friend, or like I'm friends with these people. No, that you're not friends with these people. You're there. You're providing a service for them. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry to break that to you, but
Yeah.
clients aren't your friends. They're your clients. But the one that I can think of is, I won't use a real name, because she was a client for a
Yeah.
very long time. And her and
Yeah.
I had these silent didn't we? We had these silent wars
Yeah.
between each other
Every
whenever it
single
came to
time.
pricing. Every time. And I'd prepare myself because like this is going to be, and I'm pig-headed anyway. So, you know, it was my own fault. But so I inherited her, and it was the salon when I bought it. You'll remember because you came in while it was still very much a very a specific demographic of a cultural people.
Yeah.
And I wasn't one of them coming in. So when I bought the salon, I bought it from someone from their community, and I came in and because of my color toning, they thought that I was from the same cultural background. Anyway, as soon as I wasn't, it was a little bit harder, I think. But anyway, the lady that had the salon had it for 30 years before me. So it was very much this is the way it is and stuff. And then when I came in, the blow dries that they used to do on this lady twice a week, they were charging $25. And it was with her hair, like a 45-minute blow dry. So I started increasing those prices, and it was like going to war for a long time to get it up, and she would always be questioning me about why I'm charging this much, or you know, even with the colors, you know, very thick hair, and I'm like, well, we need to, and especially in the toner thing again, they all love a free toner. But yeah, for years I really couldn't, I was too scared to change the prices as well, because I also thought it's a very tight-knit community. All of a sudden I'm going to be, you know, the bad guy because I'm putting the prices up. So I was really fearful that, and I wish I had have known then what I know now about what it means when you do start transitioning out of those cheap chasers and the bargain hunters, and have the confidence to transition up. Like, we did everything else on the surface, and we made sure that it was beautiful. Everyone was very qualified. You know, the experience was always there, but I didn't have the knowledge is power, right? So I didn't have the knowledge back then to be confident enough to be able to do that. I wish someone was around like you. You should have started this with me a long time ago. I'm just, it's your fault, Audrey.
But then you would have lost her much earlier, because when I when I took over the salon from you, I inherited everyone, but I did a big change. So I decided to wipe off the salon's price list because it just did not make any sense.
Didn't make sense.
And no. And because I was a rent-a-chair, I came from another suburb, and I copied that salon's price list. So my price wasn't strategically driven. But what my luck was is that this salon was really well set up. So their pricing was amazing. Like, I was extremely profitable. And when I took over the salon, then I saw a pocket of clientele who were really, really undercharged and high on demanding everything. And I just thought to myself, like, I started to work with a business mentor, and I was discussing this with my business mentor, and her suggestion was, we can do it slowly, or you can just do it once and all, and bear with, you know,
rip
like
the Band-Aid off.
Too. And I'm that kind of people. I love confrontation, and I love to fix things very quickly. So I did it. And I lost probably 30% of the clientele. And she stayed with me for another probably 3 or 4 years, just before pandemic. And then it was another quite big price change. And this is when we never saw her again. But the funny thing about her, and most of the people who are like her, that she is actually very wealthy. Like, it wasn't because she couldn't afford it. It was just her personality and her feeling entitled that I give you my loyalty and I'm with you, and I was with the previous owner, and I was with the previous owner. I heard this so many times. This is why I'm saying, because this is what they kept telling to me, like, I'm still loyal to the business. And the expectation, like when I put and I measured up and I said, like, no, this is not a good deal.
No, and it's fine. Like, and someone that has that loyalty to the business, right, and they like to promote that, being in that bottom that's the kind of loyalty you want in the next level up of people, and like
Exactly.
the next level, instead of that kind of level. Because I remember her and I would have an argument about, I think I put the blow dries up $5, and and remind you, like, this is a 45-minute blow dry for this woman. It wasn't like a 20-minute, and I was quick. I was a fast stylist.
I know, like,
I couldn't do it faster.
Fast, yeah.
Yeah, and I couldn't get it done faster than 45 minutes. And just the argument about the $5, and then off overseas for a 3-month
holiday.
Used to take off for 3 months for a 3-month holiday to have the summer over in Europe, so that they didn't have to be in the cold.
Yeah, because they had a resident over there. They have a resident over here in one of the islands. Yeah. So, and this is when I just want to come back here, because it is actually showing, this is exactly when we're talking about like what we mean by when we're talking about the poverty mindset. Because this is what we go, business owners, like, can I do it? Like, do I worth that much? Like, what will happen if I change my pricing? And as you can see, like, two of us, like, we own the same business. And then, like, I made a very blunt decision, which was very risky. I'm not saying it wasn't risky. I could have easily end up not having clients, My background and my luck was that I had my really big rent-a-chair client still supporting me with a really high price. So I had a backup help. So I could afford to lose, and I did the calculation, I could afford to lose 50% of the clients with the new pricing. I would have been still okay. But for you, it wasn't.
And we don't do, no, it wasn't. I didn't have that luxury. And this is where we need to be strategic when we're doing our prices, because you can't just calculate the prices and then go, okay, this is what I'm charging. We actually have to do, like, we do forecasting. And this is a bit where we're different, because we actually bring true financials into it, and we know how to forecast things. So we do that with our clients. The other strategy is, like, I always was able to, the new clients that came to the business were much easier to deal with than the ones that I inherited. Just, I'll drop that little nugget in there. The new clients were always much easier, because they're coming in with that's their experience of you. They don't know what it was before. So it's actually much easier to transition your business when you have, and that's why we say, if you attract the right clients, the new ones coming through, it will transition. And so, but it was crazy. Now, this next layer, there's a funny in between layer between the cheap chasers, cheap. I can't even speak today. Who's next? Who's the next one up? So we're going into the prosperity.
Before we get there, I just wanted to go back. Before we get there, I'm just reading our notes. Like, we wanted to give a little bit of a peace of mind, because we already touched a little bit. So is this business model can work?
We said not to forget about this, because it's important.
And we wanted to bring the example of Aldi. So if you want to take over from here.
So the thing about if your business model is to be down in there, there's some fundamental things that you have to be prepared for. You need to be prepared for that you're going to get complaints. You're going to be prepared for that it is always going to be challenging. In both areas are stressful as a business owner, but this is the area that's pulling you down a lot. And you need to remember that clients that come into these businesses, they value the discount, and then they're going to try and get the most of what they can out of it. But Audi, the way that someone like them make it work is that they don't have people there to serve you. They've just got the people at the till to quickly swipe you through, and if they see that the line's getting too big, they'll call someone else in to keep swiping. They don't take care of your produce or your product. Like, how many times are you there, like standing at the end trying to catch it before it hits the trolley and bruises?
Exactly.
You know,
and sometimes you catch it at the door.
I know, right? It's just, and I get really anxious and nervous there. Like, am I going to be able to keep up? There's lots of pressure. There's pressure, like you feel the pressure from the staff. You feel the pressure from the people behind you waiting to get through.
Yeah, but
we expect it.
Exactly. This is how they keep their prices low, because it's no proper service, it's no value in there really. You know, like if you have a question about anything, you have to chase people for 10-15 minutes until you find someone who can answer to those questions. And you know, like the level of service is not where, say, if you would go a higher end grocery shop, and that's okay, because we know what we are up to. And this is why Aldi is a great example, because we put up with a bad manner for the sake of the price. So I'm not saying that you know, like the people who are looking after clients or the business owners, they have bad manner, but we understand that providing that business, you can't use high quality products. You can't spend 45 minutes on cutting hair, or you need to have mini facials, or the eyebrow is just going to be waxed very quickly, is not going to be properly done for the price what you are charging. Or even when it comes to Pilates classes, you know, like maybe they're going to lower the price, like some Pilates franchises they do, because they put so many reformers in one tiny room that you can't, like the people who are going to exercise, we can't properly move because we're going to bump into each other, and there is no air conditioner. So when it's summer, everyone is sweating, everyone is smelly.
And you don't get any, no instruction, like no one's telling you how to do Pilates, no one's correcting your pose, no one is stopping you from injuring yourself, because they're too busy. They're just running a class of like 20 people in there. Whereas, you know, so you expect, so you know that someone's not going to be helping you, and that's the same. So you need to remember that especially in the beauty and wellness industry, that the type of clients that are going to be getting those are the ones that are going to be complaining. And the reason we point this out is because 90% of business owners that we see in those Facebook groups and posting and talking, they're all complaining about clients not respecting them, not valuing their worth. You know, the whole movement of fire the client. Well, you know, that just frustrates me, because, you know, the clients are a reflection of you. And this is what Adriana always says, you know, like it's your clientele they're a reflection of your mindset and about how you believe things should be. Well, no, not how you believe things should be, but it's like this subconscious thing that, you know, you're pricing and lots of other stuff.
Yeah, you attract who you are. You attract who you are, what you represent. I think this is what you are trying to say. You attract who you are, what you represent. Yeah. And it's absolutely true. And what I wanted to also say about you know, this, that it's okay, like if you get this market right, and if you feel comfortable, you make money, and you want to keep doing this, like the service what you are providing, it's absolutely fine. You know, like you were just mentioning the Pilates instructor who has 20 students in one room, like, poor thing. Obviously, she won't be able to give a boutique Pilates studio experience, because really you have to watch 20 people in every single moment so they won't get injured, and maybe you correct posture here and there. But the reason, like, there is 20 students in that one room for one teacher, because it's a lower price. So again, like, you need to think about, like, how can I lower my prices, or how can I keep my prices low? What do I need to give in? And also the clients, like, where I will put up with this, because I only can afford to pay $22 for a class. I can't afford to pay $45 for a class. And there is a market for everything. But from a business perspective, this market is much higher harder to make it to work. And it's almost you always going to feel like you are just chasing your tail. You're going to be in this crazy age, working.
It's always stressful.
Not having time to create strategies, because you are always in the business looking after clients. And what I'm thinking, looking at the time, Jody, I'm thinking the other market, maybe we should leave it to our next podcast. What do you think?
Look, I think we're going to, because these are quite, we get quite in depth in our little stories. So next episode we will talk about the prosperity part of the market, and the prosperity mindset, and the layers, and how basically it's more of a deep dive into the 7 layers that make a business successful. So we'll do the top end of the market tomorrow. Oh, also,
Yes.
I just want to do a quick shout out while we're here for our retreat, because we've been working on it so hard. So I'm looking through my notes and I'm looking for the retreat link. So I'm going to put it up here. There it is. And this is our 2-day, talking about clients and pricing. This is our pricing nexus, and it's a 2-day virtual retreat where Adriana is going to be teaching everything, like 12 weeks worth of stuff in the 2 days. Is it, Audrey? Like,
yes.
It's three months worth of business, basically, in condensed into 2 days. It's going to be epic. This will be our first retreat. What are you going to be teaching us? The 5.
So this is going to be a hands-on one. So our promise is that by end of this retreat, end of the 2 full days retreat, you're going to walk away knowing your break-even and a completed service and price list. So we're going to give you a little homework, so you need to prepare for the retreat. But then for 2 full days, we're going to work towards to let you go at the end of the second day with your completed price list and a strategy, which will include objection handling. So what you're going to say and how you're going to say it when someone questions your pricing.
Mm-hmm.
And it can be
how to deal with those clients.
It can be questioned from clients, but also it is true that it can be questioned from your team members, because
or even family and friends.
Because sometimes when you start to transition yourself, and that causes transitioning your business, some people will be very excited and they want to go with you, and some people are going to resist it. They're going to keep questioning your decisions. So we're going to give you all the practical elements what you need when it comes to introducing your new pricing. And it's very important for you to understand that when you're going to walk away with your service and price list, you will gain confidence, because you will understand why are you charging what you are charging. You will know exactly how much profit you are making on each services. And we're going to simplify your price list So this price list is going to be something which is going to be easy to understand for your team members. So they are never going to undercharge because they don't understand your pricing. So they always going to charge the right prices for the clients. And it's going to be easy for clients also. So if this is something which would interest you, this is our pricing nexus, which we're going to help you to come to the conclusion when you're going to feel like that guilt-free. You're going to do your pricing guilt-free because you will understand why you are charging what you are charging.
So I'll give you a quick rundown of what the first thing we'll be looking at is to review your true break-even. Then Adriana will take you through what's profitable and what's not. And then she'll help you calculate your classes or your salon services. So it's for both wellness and hair and beauty. She'll help you calculate your prices based on the break-even budget that you're going to do first. Then we'll also look at out of the box thinking, and so that we can come up with some offers, and that's getting slipped in there too as a little bit of a bonus. And then the how to implement the increases, so the strategy. So how Adriana and I were talking that Adriana did the rip the band-aid off approach because she'd done her calculations and knew that even if she lost 50% of the clients, she'd be safe because she would still be able to meet her break even. So that's important. Yeah. This is why your break even is so important to business, because you need to know what keeps your doors open and how much movement you've got when you're coming up with strategies. Like she said, the implementation process of handling the transition and coming up with the strategy for the transition. So our two dates are January the 22nd to the 23rd in 2024. Goodness, 22nd, 23rd, and 2024. Well done, Adriana. Yeah. and the February retreat is February the 26th to the 27th. So we've got those two sessions. And also what's happening, I can't even speak today. We're going to be streaming it live, but we're also going to record it. So if for any reason, if something happens and you can't stay for the whole session, or your internet drops out, or any of those things, life get in the way, we're going to be recording everything. So you will be able to catch the replay and still put in your work and your items for us to review, because Adriana is going to ask for people to submit their implementation items so that she can check them off and give feedback, and then we'll pick a couple out and give feedback. And then that recording will be available for a certain amount of time, so that if you can't be on live, you don't miss out. So jump onto our website, which is www.focusgdt.com /retreats, and or you'll just find the link on our page. What else? Oh, the podcast, that's on there as well. Yeah. What am I missing?
Yes. So
Instagram.
You are missing Instagram and Facebook. So our handle is @FocusGDT. And we will see you at our next podcast, continuing this really interesting subject all about clients and different markets.
All right. We will see you then. Have a great day. Bye.